as per norm, how are you all today, superheroes? How are you doing? Yes, it looks like the volume is working, which is great. Let me know if you're joining me live, #live, or let me know if you're watching the replay, #replay. Today I want to talk to you about finding your ideal clients. How do you find them? Where are they? Where are they hanging out? Where can you get in front of them? It is a huge blockage for many of you. Whether or not you're an accountant, a bookkeeper, an outsourced CFO, the number one thing you need to do is be seen by prospects. So how do we find out where your ideal client is hanging out? How do we make sure that you are not wasting your time on the wrong social media platforms? How do we make sure that you aren't getting fat, eating too many breakfasts and going networking too much, although probably not at this moment because of COVID, but I know a couple of years ago, one of the biggest problems I saw you guys have is that you would eat these breakfasts 4 times a week and you go out networking face to face and it wouldn't get you the ideal client. It will get you clients, but not the ideal client. So I'm going to share with you a little bit about how do you make sure that you're hanging out in the right place and getting those ideal clients. So let me know if you're here live, #live. Let me know if you're watching the replay, #replay. Also, let me know which social media channel you are on, because I have a feeling that I'm not actually streaming live across all of them because Restream is broken and it's driving me slightly nuts. All right, let's talk about your ideal client. So first of all, before we work out where our ideal client is hanging out, we have to be 100% sure who our ideal client is. So my question to you is, who is an ideal client for you? Where can we work out where someone hangs out? How do we do that if we don't know who is a good client? So a good client is someone that values your services, will get a transformation from the work that you do with them. They can pay you well, and of course that you like them. Once you've got that sweet spot of those 4 things, you can go hunting for your ideal clients. However, one of the biggest problems is knowing where they hang out. So I'm going to share with you a few tips today to make sure that you're hanging out in the right places and being seen. So first of all, before we decide we're going to hang out on LinkedIn or Twitter or Facebook, we have to do our research. So to do our research, I want you to think about who is an influencer for your target market. So say, for example, you want to target coaches and consultants, okay? People like me, say that you want to target coaches and consultants. Who's an influencer for a coach and a consultant? Well, Tony Robbins, for example. Tony Robbins is a huge influencer for people like us, and we listen to his training and we follow him on social media. But which social media channels is he now hanging out on? Will you see him being really visible on LinkedIn, or will you see him being on Facebook, or is he on Instagram? Where's he hanging out? Is he on YouTube? Is he spending a lot of his time on YouTube? You need to look and see who are the key players, not the key competitors, the key players in your chosen industry niche, your ideal clients, who they are, and make sure that you are looking at where they are doing their marketing. Because as an influencer, they have already worked out for you, they've done the hard work and worked out where to hang out. So have a look at your influencers for that niche and see what they're doing, because then you can eliminate all of the waste and just hang out where they're hanging out, okay? Because they're reaching their ideal client, they're an influencer, they know the answers already, so you can just follow where they're following. Now let's talk about your competitors. If you have decent competitors, so I'm not talking about competitors that nobody knows about, we're talking about decent competitors that are known in your niche. Have a look and see where they're hanging out, because again, they will have done the hard work for you. If you're new to an industry niche, or if you're struggling to be seen by an industry, then you need to have a look and see what your competitors are doing so that you can emulate them. If they're hanging out on LinkedIn and they look like they're getting a lot of traction from your ideal clients, then you need to be on LinkedIn too. If they're on Instagram, then you need to be on Instagram too, if they're getting traction. So we're not talking about following your competitors and seeing what they're doing if they're not great. If they are good at marketing and they're getting traction, then that's a place to look. Okay, so you've got influencers, you've got competitors, they've done the research for you. The next thing is have a look at what conferences are going on for your ideal client. So for me, when I want to reach accountants and bookkeepers and outsource CFOs, a really good place for me to hang out when we can, we're not allowed to and haven't been for 2 years, is Accountex. So every year we get a stand at Accountex and we make sure that we're super visible, that I'm speaking on the stage, and that we are front of mind for the 8,000 people that walk through the door for Accountex. Why do I do that? Because there is a huge congregation of my ideal audience at Accountex. So I look at the conferences. Another thing that you can do is look at who also serves your ideal client. So joint venture partners. Look at who has got a big audience of your ideal client and see if you can joint venture with them. So could you do a webinar together so that you could get in front of their audience? Something I did when I first started working with accountants is I partnered with Practice Ignition and we did some webinars together. Really built my database, really got me super visible. I was presented by Practice Ignition as, here's Amanda who's really great at marketing, find out all about that. And I grew my visibility. Okay, so there's 4 ways where you could very easily get in front of your ideal client, but you have to first of all be super clear on who is your ideal client. Now we cover that in the Momentum program. In the Attract stage, we have Attract, Convert and Scale in the Momentum program. In the Attract stage, we look at who's your ideal client, where they're hanging out. We get super clear on what it is that you will say to them so that they understand why you're different from every other accountant out there. And if you would like some help with that, then comment Momentum below or send me a message on social media with the word Momentum and we will get you all the details. But for now, I hope this has been super helpful for you. Have an amazing day and I'll catch up with you in the next video. Take care. Bye.